Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith, and lifestyle. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button must turn gray. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to get that done. Awesome. Now that you are subscribed and part of the family, make sure that you give this video a massive thumbs up. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into today's video. So before I get into the meat of today's video, I want to remind you guys that the giveaway is still open and entries close tomorrow, the 30th of June, 2022. If you have not watched the video where I am explaining how to get into or how to enter this giveaway, do make sure that you check it out. I will link it up in the cards as well as in the description box. So do make sure you do not miss out. You have just over 24 hours from when this video drops to make sure that you have entered before I close the entries. I will be announcing the winner very shortly after the entries close. So that's that. We're out of the way with that. So this video you guys have been waiting for this video since last year, September or October, I think. So I am sorry. Let me just put a disclaimer out there that I did record this video, right? But it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And quality-wise, I was just like, I'm not gonna put this out there for my subscribers. Like, no, you guys deserve better. So here we are with better. We're doing the most. We're doing the most. We're doing the most. So you have found your property on Property 24. Great. I'm happy for you. You have looked at your estimated installment for your property. That's great. Cool. But that is not all you need to worry about. There are so many costs that I learned during my home buying process that are involved in this thing. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, this is more expensive than just the installment. So stay tuned to hear about all the costs that you have to consider when buying and owning a property. It's not just about paying off your loan. There is more to it than just that. So the first one is obvious, the purchase price. I'm not even going to dwell on this. It's the purchase price. You have to buy the property for something. So that's that, right? The second one is the deposit. So if you have a bad credit score, you will most likely be asked to provide a deposit for your property. But some banks have been willing to just give or to give out loans without a deposit. They're not as strict as they used to be. So I guess it's great for us in that regard. But if you have a deposit handy, definitely do it to decrease your loan amount. So that is the second one. Not going to dwell on those. There are so many more meatier ones that I want to spend more time on that are coming up later on in the video. So when it comes to your bond, it's not just your bond repayments, but you also have to look at, you'll see it when you apply for your bond. Let me know if you guys want a video on how to apply for your first bond, but there is something called a bond initiation fee. You have to pay for the bond to be initiated. I didn't know that was a thing until I applied for the bond and I saw this extra 6,000 Rand there and I was like, what is this? What's happening? So there is something called a bond initiation fee that the bank charges for them to start your bond with them. Now, I'm going to spend the most time on these next two costs: transfer costs and bond costs. So I came across a lot of properties on Property 24 that was saying no transfer duty. If you're buying from a developer, don't worry, you're not paying transfer duty. I'm sorry, don't fall for this. I'm going to be very explicit with you and very blunt with you. Even if you're not paying transfer duties, there are still transfer costs to be paid. Transfer costs are paid to a conveyancing attorney. I hope I said that right. Conveyancing attorney. Transfer attorneys, right? Who facilitate the transfer of the property from the previous owner to you or from the developer to you and so forth, right? Transfer duty is paid on properties that are being purchased for over R1,000,000. I'll put the table somewhere on the screen or link it down below. But essentially, you pay transfer duty on a property that is over R1,000,000, right? That is a tax that you pay to SARS, the South African Revenue Services. So just because there's that cute poster that says no transfer duty doesn't mean you're not going to pay transfer costs. Don't fall for it. I was also ignorant. Not that I was buying straight from a developer, but I learned this during my home buying process. So just be wary of that. Don't get excited. I've heard so many people saying, yeah, I'm buying from a developer because I don't want to pay transfer duty. And it's like, you're still going to pay for transfer costs. But anyway, so that's that, right? The next cost is the bond attorney or bond registration costs, right? These you pay to the bond attorney. The bond attorney is one that is chosen by the bank that you have gotten a bond with, and they then facilitate the registration of your bond. Now, I'm going to open this up. I will insert screenshots of what I am showing you guys, but I'm giving you guys an estimate of what your bond fees and your transfer fees can look like when buying a property to the value of R1,000,000. I just use that as a base because it's an easy one to use. So if your purchase price is R1,000,000 and your bond amount is R1,000,000, so no deposit whatsoever, and your interest rate is the current lending rate of 8.25% over a repayment term of 20 years. So with that, the total bond and transfer costs that you will pay will be estimated. These are just estimates, please. Now, this also depends on other factors. So your total estimated costs that you will have to pay are 60,586 Rand. This is your bond cost and your transfer cost put together. Your bond costs include things like a deeds office search. Don't ask me why they're looking for deeds officers, because it's not like they move. But anyway, deeds office searches, they charge you for postages, petties, and telephone. They charge you for document generation fees. They charge you for a deeds office fee, storing your documents fee, an electronic instruction fee. And because I bought a sectional title property, let me know if you want another video on explaining the different types of properties that you can buy in South Africa. But also that then a sectional title insurance certificate. They charge you for all of these things as a bond registration or as part of your bond registration, right? So on the transfer cost side of things, the ones that you pay to the conveyancing attorney, they charge you for postage and petties. They charge you for a deeds office fee. Don't ask me why they're both charging you for a deeds office fee. I don't know. The transfer fees, a deeds office search as well. Like it's double. But anyway, a FICA identification and verification fee, a document generation fee, a rates clearance application fee. So this is rates with the municipality. A levy clearance fee to make sure that the levies on your property are up to date and all of that stuff, to get a clearance certificate on that, as well as your deposit. Your deposit you'll pay to the transferring attorney, not the bond registration attorney. So these are all the things that you can see on your statements from both your bond registration attorney as well as your transfer/conveyancing attorney. The next thing that you need to think of is insurance, right? So you are making a massive purchase. Your life or your home needs to be insured. So I had two options. I could go the homeowner's insurance route or a life insurance route. Financially, it made sense for me to just take the life insurance route, so that's the route that I chose. But you can also just choose to cover just your home, right? And then your cars, every other debt that you're owing and all of that stuff will not then be covered if it's just homeowners insurance, right? So I chose life insurance. It just made more sense financially as well. The premium that I'd be paying on my life insurance was less than the premium that my bank was charging me for the homeowner's insurance. So it just made more sense that way. Let me know if you want a video on life insurance and all of that and its benefits and all that stuff, because I didn't know much about it except that it's money that you're going to pay until you die. So just let me know if you want a video on that. The next cost that you need to be aware of is maintenance costs or renovation costs. If you're moving into a place and you're like, I bought it for this price, but I really think I want to fix up the kitchen, think of those costs. They are expensive. Think of those costs, very expensive. And also just think of this when you have to uplift or facelift the house from time to time. If you have to repaint, if you have to fix cracks, if the plumbing is a problem, electrical faults, all of that stuff, make sure that you have that cost in the back of your mind when buying and looking at owning a property. The next cost, very obvious, I'm not going to dwell on it, is moving costs. You obviously need to be able to move your big items from whichever property you are living at to the property that you're in now. Or if you're buying furniture and stuff from a different or from a store, the moving costs, you can think of those as the delivery charges that you'd have to pay. Delivery charges are really expensive, guys. Like, I was so shocked that from a place up the road, they're gonna charge you 400 Rand, and I was just like, delivery charges are very expensive. So also put those in when you're moving and stuff. Think of those things because they are a thing and they're more expensive than you think. It's not just 200 Rand base. They kid you with the 200 Rand base for the 5K radius, and then after that so just be aware of that. Be wary of that. Another cost that you need to think of is costs to the municipality when opening an account with them. So it's very rare for them to just transfer the account from the previous owner to you. You actually, like, that owner will have to close the account on that property and you'll have to open an account. So sometimes they will ask you for a deposit of sorts, which is equivalent usually to like the average of the last 2 months on your rates and taxes that you would have paid over the last 2 months. So an average of that, they'll usually ask for that just to see if you have the money and that you're not doing shady things. So just think of that. And initiating costs for like your Wi-Fi, for example. Don't just think you're gonna get some Wi-Fi or whatever and that's that, and you're paying the monthly installment or the monthly repayment. Things like opening your account with your Wi-Fi provider, things like that you need to think of. So just general initiation costs for any type of account or service that you need with the new property that you are buying. Lastly, levies. Levies are quite simple as well to talk about. You're gonna have to be paying levies wherever you're living. You have to pay levies on property that you're paying or the property that you're owning. I'm not gonna go into that. And these levies are expensive, hey? These levies are expensive, right? They're very expensive. So yeah, those are costs. I didn't mention things like electricity, things like water. Those are obviously things that you pay to, well, water you pay to your municipality, but electricity, that's prepaid. I didn't, dwell on things like that. Furniture costs, those are quite self-explanatory. So I didn't dwell on things like that. These are 11 of the big costs that shocked me when I first bought my property, and obviously I've recovered now, but these are things that I don't want you to be shocked about when it comes to buying and owning your first property. So with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Do give this video a massive thumbs up, comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video, and like I said, comment what other videos you'd like to see, either based on the topics that we spoke about today or other topics that intrigue you as a young adult. Give this video a massive thumbs up. What else? Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. Hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. Every week, Wednesday at 5:30, we are here. We have a family meeting every week, every Wednesday. So please, I'll see you guys next week Wednesday. So with that, with so much love and so much light from me to you, have an amazing rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye guys.